Reliving the book of the acts. I carry my cross on my back. My homies so stuck in the trap. Going hard, ain't no time to relax. Keeping my mind on the throne. Applying the stuff I've been shown. Been patient through all of my woes. Been patient through all of my woes. And I'm out here painting this picture. It came from the scriptures. I'm changing my mind now. And I've been examples. I've seen some examples. So I think it's just about time now to break the old habits and clean all the addicts. And yes, we are changing our life now. And when life gives us lemons, we turn it to vengeance. We're strong in the Lord and His might now. All the tribulations, I just cannot stay the same. All the wisdom I've been given has been helping with the pain. And the people that I love, they think that I've gone insane. When it gets gritty and looking real iffy, they pull up and show they face. It's so blood in my veins. I cannot stand to complain. Put it in heat as a change. Put it in heat as a change. I'm the only one to blame. So I've been switching my lanes. Before that's all in my chain. Straight Judah religion, it's only a few to stay true and some tripping. Danger if you got no clue when you slipping. It's time to renew and stop foolishly sinning. Cause we the ones set apart from the beginning. All that is filled with the thing that's forbidden. Walking in life and I move with no vision. I'm moving like felt to my mind steady swimming.
We got a few articles we're going to be touching on, a few things we're going to be touching on, dealing with the Orangeburg massacre that took place down there, I believe, in 1968.
Yes, sir.
February 8th. And, you know, just some images from what took place at our homecoming event yesterday, where we at in the times, signs and times of the Bible today, and, you know, how things are going to cook up as preceded by the Bible, brought to us by our Bishop Nathaniel, and we just going to keep it running from there, man. All right, so IT, let's get let's see where we're gonna start. Y'all brothers got anything before we get started?
Shoot, no. We go ahead and jump right into it.
Let's do it.
Let's
yeah, like you said, EP was bugging yesterday,
bro. And shout out to the man on the go-kart, the so-called lawyer, and his homeboy, the sheriff that shut us down Friday night. Of course, it was already past shutdown time anyway. We was about to wrap it up.
The Lawyer.
Yeah, the Lawyer.
Yeah, Lawyer.
Right.
They tried to stop the word of God, which we all know you cannot stop this word from going out. You know what I mean? You can't stop it. They tried to stop it, shut us down. Of course, they had things in place this year so that we couldn't get on the campus like we wanted to, but nonetheless, we were still able to get the job done in the spirit of the Lord. But the man tried to shut us down, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You got murders and stuff going on around during campus where they shut down the campuses and all of that stuff, all because of gun violence. We come out there to get a solution, and they be like, hey, no, y'all can't teach the word of God like that. Huh?
Right.
Well, how you supposed to teach it?
Right.
They had like a whole freshman security team with like lime green.
Yeah, students.
Is they security guards?
Right. The man said, y'all can't teach the gospel like out here like that.
Yeah.
So how we supposed to teach it then?
Right.
Where we supposed to teach it at?
Meanwhile, the HBCUs are supposed to be like the cornerstone of black progress. Mm-hmm. But all we saw there was black degradation. Just foolishness. Women dressed in modesty. These young women supposed to be getting certified, getting degrees to get in the professional world, but they just out there looking like everything at the bottom.
And they got their daughters are dressed just like them.
Right. Yeah, mamas and daughters walking around see-through clothes on.
Right.
Literally,
crazy.
Mama and daughter.
Right. But real quick, let's jump into some of the history dealing with Orangeburg and South Carolina State. We're going to go into the foundation of it, how they got started, where they originated from. But most importantly, let's talk about the Orangeburg Massacre, which is a major event that took place in Orangeburg, South Carolina, that many, many people do not know about. It's one of the least spoken of incidents in the history of Black America. All right, so let's pull up the first video, the Orangeburg Massacre, South Carolina's deadly struggle for civil rights. Let's pull that up real quick. All right. and then we'll go into the brothers' names and different things of that nature. Let's go, IT. Shout out to the IT team. They've been working hard to get this thing going, and all praise to the Most High. All right, started from the beginning. It's only 3 minutes. We're just gonna go right through it.
Yeah,
And brothers, y'all got anything y'all want to? If y'all want to
to
chime in at any point, just jump right in there. Let's go.
Today in the Daily Dose, the Orangeburg Massacre. Despite passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which banned racial segregation in the United States, not everyone, particularly in the Jim Crow South, bought into the principles of racial equality, including Orangeburg, South Carolina businessman Harry Floyd, who continued to deny blacks into his bowling alley under the wrongful belief that federal anti-segregation laws had no jurisdiction over private property. In a town with two predominantly black universities, South Carolina State and Claflin University, educated blacks appealed repeatedly for entry into Floyd's bowling alley, who refused their advances in the name of his long-standing white clientele. After students were again denied entry on February 5th, 1968, a day later, an even larger crowd arrived in protest, drawing the immediate ire of police, who beat students mercilessly with billy clubs. The night would witness 15 student arrests, 10 student injuries, and 1 wounded police officer. Campus outrage spread like wildfire, prompting Governor Robert McNair to call in the National Guard in advance of anticipated civil unrest by what he called outside black militant agitators like Cleveland Sellers, who would return to his native South Carolina after graduating from Howard University in 1967. Commanded by Police Chief Pete Strom, when an even larger protest erupted on February 8, National Guardsmen and heavily armed police blocked the entrance to SC State, prompting students to build a bonfire in protest of their confinement. After firemen responded to Strom's order to extinguish the blaze, when an officer was struck by a heavy wooden banister, police opened fire on the unarmed students, creating instant pandemonium as terrorized students fled for their lives. After the shooting was over, freshman Sammy Hammond died from a bullet wound to his back, while 17-year-old Delano Middleton, whose mother worked on campus, passed away from 7 gunshot wounds. 18-year-old Henry Smith also lost his life following 3 bullet wounds, while 28 others, including Sellers, were shot or wounded during their scramble for safety. Media coverage remained almost non-existent from the start, due primarily to the recent distractions of the Tet Offensive, which was a coordinated string of North Vietnamese attacks in more than 100 South Vietnamese cities and outposts just days earlier. Of the 70 armed police officers involved in the Orangeburg Massacre, 9 were indicted, but ultimately all 9 were acquitted, while Sellers was convicted.
Yeah,
You on it?
And you can finish this right here at your earliest convenience if you want to, but there's a lot in the in this little short clip. It's only through like 3 minutes, right at 4 minutes long, but there's a lot of information in it. Now, the gym in Orangeburg, South Carolina, is named after these 3 brothers, Smith, Hammond, and Middleton. All right, and ironically, it's called the Shim.
The Shim.
All right, and for those of you that are aware, those of you that aren't aware, Shem is our forefather. We come from the lineage of Shem, but it's amazing how sometimes history can, lead back to shed light on your experience in the world.
Right.
All right. So yesterday we held camp on the mound, right near where this massacre took place, which was you heard in the beginning is that Claflin University and South Carolina State, they're colleges that are side by side. Mm-hmm. But this whole thing started because blacks wanted to be equal. You know what I mean? We wanted to be integrated, and we wanted to be able to enter into the bowling alley.
A bowling alley.
Yeah, that Mr. Howard Floyd, or what was his name? Lord? Right. Mr. Howard owned, and it ended with the death of these 3 brothers downtown, and we're right in the intersection of 601 and what is that, Russell Street of Orangeburg, South Carolina. What you got?
I was about to say, in Orangeburg, the bowling alley and that jail that our people were put into, they're still there as memorials. They will not change the purpose of what took place there.
Right.
So don't think that your friendly neighborhood white man loves you. But what we see in our communities is they'll destroy the things that show our greatness, but they'll never destroy the things that show their power over us.
Right.
They need to leave it up there. They need to leave it up there.
It goes into like there was over the last few years. They've been taking down certain statues and
all that.
Getting rid of the history of our people and the things that have taken place on the American soil, and then they're rewriting history in the schools and teaching it from a new perspective. So having that there is a major key, so that we can remember who we are, just like the Bible is telling us to do. But in regards to this situation, notice the same thing that was taking place back then is the same thing that's taking place right now. So real quick, let's jump into the scripture. Let's get Zechariah. Get that in Zechariah chapter 11. Because out of 9, they said 9 were indicted.
9 was indicted, and all
of them they were all acquitted. And one black man went to jail. For inciting a riot. You can't make this stuff up, man.
Like he shot everybody.
Right. Read that. Zechariah 11, verse 5.
Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them.
Whose what?
Possessors slay them.
So you can see, and hopefully this first show reaches the campus of South Carolina State. Shout out to the brother and Clafton. Shout out to the brother on the go-kart and your side oppressor, who's your brother, the sheriff that doesn't want this type of information being pushed on the property. Shout out to you brothers.
Yeah, look, they helping now.
Yeah.
They helping the same ones that shot our brothers down now.
Right.
No. Don't let the ones that come over here with the solutions help fix our people. Nah, we're gonna keep the whole thing going that the oppressor want to happen.
The brother said you gotta shut this ish down.
Right.
Like, bruh, chill out, bro. I had to sun him real quick. Like, come here, brother. He had to check his spirit. Like, dang, he just sunned me, man. Hey, come here, man. Let's talk real. Let's reason together. But they don't want to reason because their minds is in agreement with exactly with what we're reading. Read it again.
Whose possessors slayed them.
Our possessors slayed Henry Smith, Samuel Hammond, and Delano Middleton on February 8th, 1968. All right? But at the same time, we got to stop trying to integrate ourselves with these people. This has been the misconception and society. We was better off as slaves. We was better off when we were in slavery because we didn't have to worry about so much of. We wasn't so much worried about integration and being amongst them. We already knew separate. That's yours. That's the Mr. White Man, and this is ours. Right. Let's stay over here. But now after slavery, we want to be a part of everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So. Read it one more time.
Whose possessors slay them.
Whose possessors slay them. Come on.
And hold themselves not guilty.
They shoot in a crowd of black students, injured 25.
And
killed 3. And no one is held guilty.
The black man was guilty.
The black man was guilty.
The black man went to jail. He was guilty.
It says, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Read on.
And they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich.
They say, hey, this is ours.
Right.
You know what I mean? But ironically, that's crazy. Go ahead.
Think about how much money these 2 black universities bring to Orangeburg, South Carolina in general. Right.
Yeah, you from down there. You lived in Orangeburg.
I lived there for a few years, man. But they fuel the black colleges fuel the economy there. Right, whose possesses and they sell them. Right, basically, all they are is a commodity for the economy out there, yo.
Right,
and our people don't see it,
especially during what they call homecoming, because many, man, it was thousands upon thousands. It was at least when we was leaving, there was at least 2,000 cars trying to park on the campus.
Getting on, not enough parking spots on campus.
They were sitting in traffic for 3-4 hours, bro.
Right. Happy to do that.
Yeah.
Happy to do it.
But they got that word while they sat there in them cars.
Sure did.
Hey, they had to let the windows down. Like, what is going on? I'm talking to you, and you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it said, like you said, it says, who possess or slay them, hold themselves not guilty, and sell them, say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. The brother on the go-kart, we don't know your name. We're going to find your name, and you're going to be found out, my brother.
I think it's Vice President Rack.
Wow.
Right.
First name Rack, last
Rack?
name Coon.
Not Rack. Yeah.
First name Rack, last name Coon. And then what was it? Chief Negro?
Chief Negro.
Yeah.
Hey, he
That's
pointed
what-
at his shirt. I'm the chief
I'm
of
the
police.
chief.
I said, bro,
You see my stitch?
we're reading the Bible. we reading the Bible. Y'all can't do that ish out here.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
No matter what the law said about us being on public
On
property.
public
Right. Hear
property,
about that?
none of that.
Hey, that's just what I was about to say. Notice Mr. Howard, who owned the bowling alley, he didn't think that law was suitable. The law wasn't in a place where he had to integrate or allow blacks into his property.
Right.
But the black man today says that he told me, he said, this is my property. Like the school campus. He
It's
said,
a
you can't tell me to shut up. This is
school.
my property.
Our taxes pay for the school.
Right.
Bro. You can't
He forgot
make it
that,
up.
though. He
You
forgot
can't
that.
make
Oh, my old man.
If you ask him, we ain't in slavery. We don't have to pay taxes. We don't owe that to nobody.
Right.
Hey, are you able to play the video back to when didn't they have the students barricaded inside? They
No,
couldn't get
outside.
outside.
They couldn't get in a HBCU campus.
They couldn't get in the campus.
Yeah.
And then they had the police people on the outside, or it was doing something how they barricaded them
Yeah. Play it back real quick.
from like the middle or something like that.
Yeah, go back some more.
Because they used
They
like
were
a war
they were
tactic,
standing on like the hill or something like
Right.
and
that.
they had a bonfire.
Now listen, this is exactly where we held camp at yesterday.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. There,
Right there. Just a little bit more. Back
Yeah,
it up
back
a
Yeah,
little
up
bit.
back it up
more.
a little bit.
All right.
Yeah, that should be cool.
Yeah, go ahead. Play from right there.
Armed police blocked the entrance to SC State, prompting students to build a bonfire
See what I'm
in
saying?
protest of
So
their
it said they
confinement.
blocked the entrance
Right.
to
After
the
firemen
school.
Right.
responded to Strom's order to
Hey,
extinguish...
pause it real quick.
How you block the school? You ain't got no students at the school. You ain't got no
Right.
kids at the school.
None of they kids is there.
Everybody that's trying to get in the school pay to go to the school.
Right.
And you trying to block the students from getting in the school.
So look at what we're looking at on the screen, right? For those of you that are paying attention, if you can see the screen, can they see the screen? The viewers will be able to see that. For what you are looking at, this is the entrance. This is by the entrance of the school, like on that apex where we taught at yesterday.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that hill.
They actually have a fence right there.
There's a fence right there. So this is exactly the same area where we taught at yesterday. And yet you got thousands of people entering that front gate.
Yeah.
They don't know this history.
Nah,
care.
That's
they
amazing.
don't know. They don't care. All the kids don't even know what in the world going on. The grown folk, like you gotta imagine, this was '68, right? Mm-hmm. Most 55 today?
Right.
55 years old. You had people over 55 out there with no clothes on trying to twerk.
Right. But going into that. Hey, pull up the are we done with this clip?
Yeah, you good.
All right. Hey, pull up the photos of the sisters in modest apparel on South Carolina State University from the 50s and 60s. You know what I mean? And there was an article that you brought up a minute ago. You said before it was called South Carolina State, it was called
That
what?
big old long name.
That agriculture. I got you.
Yeah, so we
Make-
go on
can
the
you make it
property
bigger?
now. Yeah, make that large.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what we're looking at here is the 1950s and the 1960s. 50s through the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Our sisters, even though education, after slavery, education was a big thing. And during slavery, it was a big thing, but we could not acquire the education that we needed as a people. So I want that in Exodus, how they dealt wisely with us, because this is what they did after slavery as well. All right? During slavery, education was not afforded to us. We were not given the opportunity to be educated slaves. And after slavery, we had to really get it from the mud. We did everything we had to do to try to become equal in society, to try to raise ourselves. How they say? What they say?
Pick yourself up by your own bootstraps.
Exactly. Right. And we did this. Yet still, look at the condition of our people today. But what we're looking at on the screen is our sisters in the 50s and 60s. Now, give us a photo of our sisters today on the same campus.
Right.
Fine. Give us some photos of our sisters today on the same campus. Okay. That's one. That's one. Do we have any more? Oh God.
Wow.
So
nobody took pictures.
This is freaking ridiculous.
But look at this picture here though.
Now I don't know if that's, you know how they got like the little class presidents and stuff like that.
It is.
Right.
So you what Hey, I remember when they was coming down the street, you saw us sitting on the throne, and you said, "This brother is on a footstool,
Right.
and he on the foot." They got the black man on the footstool while the woman is sitting on the throne.
Right. And while we bring this out, hey, grab a couple more photos of sisters in
Immodest.
immodest apparel, so we can make the comparison of the 50s and 60s. Up until today. But this photo, when the float was coming down the street, I was like, dang, she on the throne. Then I see the brother just waving, right? The brother waving. I'm like, this Negro is on the footstool.
Dang.
He don't realize that they just played him.
Right.
No, he didn't get it.
Okay, you celebrating this, but at some point, the Negro mentality, you got to say, if I'm the king, why am I sitting on the damn footstool and she's sitting on the throne?
Right. Because you are her footstool. Like the earth is the most highest footstool.
Right. Hey, look. So this is an all right picture. It still does not show the. It's a video. Okay, play the video. Play the video then. Play the video. So this is our sisters today.
I think that's high school kids.
High school.
Oh, that's high school. Unbelievable.
This is what we got today. Keep on. Hey, wait, you got more? Hey, run through it.
These are the children aspiring to go to
that
school.
Right.
Go to that same school.
They're aspiring to
And don't have a clue. Mind you, they march right past where the massacre happened.
Right.
The parade go right in front of it and around. Like, literally, they go around it.
Right.
And literally, you got all this going on, and no one out there knows what the heck happened.
Right. It shows the downfall, the downward spiral of us as a people, not just only at South Carolina State, across the globe.
Right.
As a people, how we've spiraled down. Because, we got sisters that are dressed modestly from the 50s and 60s on this previous photo, but that would be at many universities across the globe. Mm-hmm. And then today we're able to look at South Carolina State. The brothers in North Carolina, they hit A&T. They saw the same thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just that we continue to spiral down. These homecomings perpetuate the cycle.
Right.
Because their parents went to those schools. Their parents went to those schools. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And now we're at this point, like you said, that was high school students whose parents was probably in the crowd that went to South Carolina State.
Because the people that watch the parade, the young people are not watching the parades.
Right.
Those are old heads that come out to see the parade.
Exactly.
And watch young girls dancing
right.
and homosexuals dancing like girls.
Sheesh. Play that video. Play that video. You see this? They don't know it's a Sabbath day. They don't know. They don't have a clue about the commandments of God. All right. So we're gonna move on from that. But let's get Job chapter 8 and verse 8. Let's get Job chapter 8 and verse 8, because at the end of the day, the educational system is what has put us in the condition as a people that we're in. It makes us think we have a place in society. This educational system.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's destroyed us as a people. Right. And because we don't look into the progression of our people from the education that we afforded, we continue the cycle that has been built around keeping us in poverty and keeping us in these conditions that we're in right now. But read that in Job real quick. And y'all brothers jump in anytime. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Job chapter 8, verse 8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers.
To the what?
Search of their fathers.
This is what we must do as educated people, or people aspiring to become educated. We got to prepare ourselves to the search of our fathers. We have to diligently research the history of our people to know where we come from so that we can properly plan for the future of our people. But they don't teach this in school.
No. Can I get a script on what they actually want to perpetuate in the school? Can we get that picture back up of the sister on the float and the brother on the footstool? The sister on the throne and the brother on the footstool. Get Jeremiah 31:22. Let's get what the curriculum is in these HBCUs. What are they really trying to push in their curriculum? You got that?
Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 22.
Go ahead.
How long wilt thou go about O thou backsliding daughter.
So we've become a backsliding nation. We don't inquire of our forefathers anymore to know what our culture and heritage is, what we stand up for. Read on.
For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth.
And we're falling into this new thing, and it's called sin. It's wrapped up in sin. Read on.
A woman shall compass a man.
And that's what we see on that float. A woman has compassed a man. She's called the queen. You can only make a queen if a king is in place and he puts her in place.
Well. There is another definition for queen.
Can we pull that up?
There is this right here is how 99.
Hey, bring it up.
90% of somebody look up the definition. QUEAN. Put that up there.
This is what she wore during the parade.
Yeah.
But after the parade,
after the parade,
she had a
This is how all the women was right here.
She was completely
bring it out.
undressed.
So now you right for the QUEEN.
Bring it out.
But let's get the other one. Right. IT, please roll with us, rock with us.
Please rock with us. But read
no,
that last part.
Hey, we know this the first episode, but we gonna make this thing pop. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta stay in the spirit and make sure ain't no jergens back there.
Yeah.
Right.
Here you go. This right here is what we saw all day yesterday. Right here.
Hey, read that thing.
Can you see it, Rita?
Yes, sir.
All praises.
Queen definition. An impudent or ill-behaved girl or woman.
Read the bullet point.
A prostitute.
That's what the heck we saw all day. So now you don't need no king if you this right here. You don't need no king if you that right there. And that's all we saw all day.
Hey, and the definition of impudent is not showing due respect for another person. They're disrespectful mainly to the black man.
As
They're
they
being
put
taught
him on
that
a
thing.
footstool.
Right.
Can't freaking
what
make
is
this
this?
stuff up.
Hey, what you saw is how our people feel. You know, they're showing that video. It shows when our people was once young lions.
Right.
Hey, you bring up Genesis 49, verse 9, and you'll see that change in our people.
Right.
Give me that verse right quick.
Yeah. It's a cool one.
Genesis chapter 49, verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp.
A young lion. Judah used to be a young lion. During the 60s, and this was when we was getting back into our education, trying to come up in a community. He was that young lion. Read.
From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He couched as a lion.
He crouched like a young lion. You had them young lions coming up. You had the Vice Lords. You had the Black Panthers. You had these different groups that was rising up in the community.
Brown berets, things of that nature. Yeah.
We was them young lions. Read.
And as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?
Now in 2023, we like old lions. And you go to these college campuses, and you don't see no black leaders no more. No. They all trying to fit into society. They all want that internet fame. Hey, they all them became soft.
Right. And it's a sad thing. Hey, these brothers today, I'm just baffled. I understand, but it's crazy when you look at a fully grown man. We saw two big burly men holding each other, walking down and society it's just like, hey,
that's just what it is.
They're a couple.
Right.
You know what the one sister said? She said that she think we're just born like we're born, and
yeah, that's what she said. And then you asked her, so did God make a mistake? No, he didn't make a mistake though, huh?
Right.
So how is it that he didn't make a mistake by making them two men, but then when they turn around and like men, you'll act like, well, that's how God made them.
Right.
Why did he make them two men then in the first place?
Hey, let's deal with that real quick because we hear that from these sodomites all the time. Get Sirach 15 real quick, man. Real quick. You are not born a homosexual. You're a man. You are born with a penis. That means you are a man. And when you're born with female genitalia, vagina, and breast, that means you're a woman, especially with the ovaries and things of that nature. Right. Sirach 15, verse 11.
Sirach chapter 15, verse 11. Say not thou, it is through the Lord that I fell away.
There's no way in the world you can say that God made you this way. Don't say that. That's what the Bible is telling you. Read.
For thou oughtest not to do the things that he hated.
The Most High God hates cross-dressing. He hates homosexuality. God hates that thing. Read on.
Say not thou, he have caused me to err.
Right. Go ahead.
For he have no need of the sinful man.
Homosexuality is a sin. God don't got no need for it. So is that excuse talking about I was born that way? No, you wasn't born that way. You got a demon on you, and it was brought upon you whether you was molested, something happened to you, and that's how you got that way. It's disgusting to hear how people talk that foolish. A grown man with a penis talking about God made me to feel like a woman. That is completely backwards, bro. It makes no sense.
He's saying God made him feel like he should be evil.
Right.
That's weird.
Yeah, and it's crazy how I say God ain't got no need for you.
He don't need you.
Like you literally, you can't recreate yourself.
Right.
You can't make no babies like that, no nothing. So God, like, I can't use them. I can't use them. That's crazy to be put in that category like that. That is nuts. That's scary.
That was one. I was just playing a clip a minute ago where the brother was like, you remember the clip? I don't know where it's at. I was just playing it about the brother was saying he.
Shoot, hold on.
It's on the.
Gotta get it.
It's in the group somewhere where the brother said, "You want me to call you he, her? Well, you call me Matt."
Yeah,
he said,
snapped.
He said, if you got to go to the urologist or the
Gynecologist,
and you got 10 minutes to live,
I got it right now.
which way you?
I got it right now.
Which way you gonna go? Hey, let's get that.
Hey, I just reposted on the main joint.
Yeah, pull that up real quick and play this clip.
We're gonna
right
put
here.
a disclaimer. Watch the language.
Yeah, we got a disclaimer.
No, the disclaimer is us just tell. Hey,
Okay, yeah. There's some language in here,
yeah.
so if you got kids, you might want to cover their ears. But hey, it is what it is. This is the society we live in right now. But disclaimer, there is some language. Go ahead and play that.
This is for the people. Wake the fuck up. Use your mind. Don't let people tell you the fuck what to think. This is dumb shit. Okay, I'm old dude. I'm against all this name change shit. You know, I'm like supposed to be cisgender, right, instead of man. But then it's like, oh no, you're cisgender. Fuck you. If you want me to respect your trans shit, then respect my man shit. Same thing with the trans shit. Oh, yeah, you're a girl. You're a guy, a trans woman. You're a guy. Now, something happened in your groin area. You know this shit is fucked up. You gotta go to the doctor. You got 10 minutes. Go this way, you go to gynecologist. This way is urologist. Which fucking way you going? You going to the gynecologist, your ass is dead. Because she said, I can't do shit for you. You got to go to the urologist. Now, that's 20 minutes away now. You dead. Bruh. That's the bullshit. I ain't buying into the bullshit. People talking about believe my shit because I believe it. You saying fuck that shit? Yeah. If that's the shit, then I'm your master. So whenever you call me, my pronoun is your master. Or just master. So he said, hey, master, yeah, that's it. If you want me to call you her or him and shit.
Hey,
that's that brother a flyer.
Yeah, right. Give him a flyer. That's common sense.
Right. Hey, get 2 Corinthians 11, verse 6. Real quick.
Break it out. Yeah, break it
Brother's
out,
got
man.
a problem with the language and things of that nature, but this brother, he was saying some godly things even without the Bible, man. Read that thing. Just in case people are offended by the language that he used.
Hey, it's the world we living in.
That's it.
2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 6.
Go ahead.
But though I be rude in speech.
Though this brother was rude in his speech. Now, to some people, he may find it rude. I mean, I don't.
That's funny
really
as hell to me.
entertaining to me, man. I'm not offended by that thing. Read on.
Yet not in knowledge.
He told the truth. He's like, when you about to die or something, you need to go to a urologist or a gynecologist. Which one you gonna go to?
Confused. Then you go. They must say you picked the wrong one. You dead.
Right. That's
Now
knowledge.
now you're 20 minutes away.
Right. Read on.
But we have been thoroughly made manifest among you in all things.
Right. Now, he wasn't a prophet, but,
Right.
the speech.
It was on point, and it's common sense.
Right.
And they can't say he didn't try to take his time to understand.
Right.
They can't say that.
No, he gave the name.
Right.
What they said? What is cisgender?
Cisgender.
Hey man said, hey man.
So it's crazy, but that's the times we're living in. But Lord's willing, brothers and sisters gonna get their mind right, and all of them ain't gonna repent.
Nah.
But some of them gonna see this and hey, get your mind right and repent. But going back to what you had said, bro, about during those times and in that era, we were more accustomed to rebuilding as a people. Mm-hmm. Hey, pull that one picture up of the General Assembly, and then I want you, you kind of go into the history and read that article about what the college was first named before it got the name of South Carolina State.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, pull that up because if we look at the General Assembly, the majority of the men on there are what?
Black men.
Yeah. Black men.
Right. So with this General Assembly, this is, as you see, y'all got the picture?
Yep, it's up.
Look at the picture because the picture is worth 1,000 words. Who is at the center of this picture? You see the so-called white man leading this effort. But you also see a lot of our forefathers who are standing up for what the needs of our people are. Nevertheless, what has happened with this General Assembly goes back to what we see now. These white men who ran this General Assembly made sure that niggas was sectioned off and pushed away. They heard the necessities of the community, but they didn't really care. And that's why when it goes into what Officer Kolayah is going to bring up. What you got right there, Officer?
You just got the original name of the university. The university's beginnings were as the South Carolina Agricultural and Mechanical Institute in 1872. So that was the original name for it. And that name lasted until 1954. Then it was changed as South Carolina State College.
Right. So a lot of what we are experiencing today has been based off of plots against our people. All right. Give me that in Psalms. Get that in Psalms. A lot. What we're experiencing today, and with the history of what's going on in Orangeburg, South Carolina, which is with this Orangeburg massacre event, something that is not spoken of. They don't even teach. I believe they don't even teach it on the campus. No. They just named the gymnasium after the brothers, but the families receive no justice. Right. One brother go to jail, and 9 police officers are acquitted.
And one of the parents actually worked for the school.
Wow.
Now, it used to be, because I went to Claflin University next door. Right. It used to be a part of the freshman curriculum that they had a book called The Orangeburg Massacre, and I think that it's still out in publication. But doing some research, J. Edgar Hoover actually wanted to take it out of circulation because it incriminated the FBI and the American government. It incriminated them, so they took it out of circulation.
Hey, you know what? And that's not surprising. Going back to Zechariah 11:5. Yeah. They hold themselves not guilty, man. But this is the plot.
Cover it up and everything else. Talking about how you gonna take out when you know is so that means they know it's historical fact that the FBI and the government has something to do with the murder of them 3 men.
Hey, it's just like when we went to Tabernacle. Shout out to Oklahoma for Tabernacles. Y'all give them a round of applause. You know what I'm saying? We did bring some sticker niggas back with us. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, things hit me the other day.
Deke, Abigail, hey, I don't know, man. It's a spirit on them sticker niggas, all right? It's a spirit on them things. They were all the way back to South Carolina, but Tabernacles was definitely a great experience down there in Oklahoma. Got to spend some time with the family. And we went down, while we were there, we drove to Tulsa, Oklahoma to actually walk the grounds and experience some of the actual event that took place down there in 1929?
Is it 20?
1921 Tulsa, Oklahoma riot, which was a massacre. Right. That was a devastation of more than 45 square blocks of property that our people owned, organized, and put together. So what's crazy is you constantly see the same things happening over and over and over in history, but there's always a plot to destroy us, even up to this very day. So read that in Psalms real quick.
Psalms chapter 83, verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God.
That's our prayer. That's our prayer today. All right? Read on.
Hold not thy peace.
And we praying the Lord don't hold his peace, and he bring quick and swift judgment upon these nations that plot against us. Read.
And be not still, O God.
Come on.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
So the people that hate God, who hate God's people, they've been lifting up their head against us since they have been in control of the earth. All right, going back into Job chapter 9, all right? They have had these, they consistently sit back and think of ways to keep us oppressed, to keep us in the condition that we're in, from education to the jobs. Everything that we do is based on how they have orchestrated and put things in place to keep us in the condition that we're in. Right. Women making more money than men, being put in positions that men can't be put in our community, consistently showing that they have a hand over where a black man is able to place his foot in society.
Right, because even when we're dealing with the Orangeburg Massacre as a individual event, The same thing happened at Jackson State University, Kent State University. So these things were happening to our people, our forefathers and foremothers, while they were trying to make better out of themselves.
Right.
And our enemy was always showing himself during that time.
Right.
That's why in the 60s we knew that we had to band together to get out or deal with those situations.
Right. All praises. Read on.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Since before slavery. It's like they only... You know, the scriptures teach us that, hey, their mind is deeper than Daniel. All right, they think deeply and far beyond the extent of what they want to, how they want to push an agenda. When they come up with an agenda, they think real deep into that thing. Like, how can we make this worse? Right. Okay, this is bad, but how do we make it even worse? And then when they reach that point, they say, well, how can we make it even worse? It's like their mind is fixated on on destruction, taking us to the depths of hell. Read on.
And consulted against thine hidden ones.
We are the hidden ones. Read.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
This has been the plot of these nations since the beginning. Read.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Come on.
For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
They have always been confederate against us. You got something on that?
Yes, sir. Wisdom of Solomon, 14, verse 22. Because this is a part of those crafty counsels. It's a part of the curriculum that they push in our education system. And ultimately, this is what we saw when we went out to homecoming. This is what we saw. Go ahead and read that when you got it.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 22. Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of God.
So this is how our afflictions got forwarded by the hand of our enemy, Esau, the so-called white man. Read on.
We got some chopping going on.
Storm me off. Read on.
But whereas they live in the great war of ignorance.
A great war of what?
Ignorance.
Ignorance is what we saw amongst our people. Right. Now, what is the mindset that our people have in their ignorance? Read on.
Those so great plagues.
Great what?
Plagues.
Sicknesses, illnesses. It's a mental illness that our people is dealing with. And what do they call this mental illness of not knowing your nationality, not knowing how you need to stand up for your people, how to fix your community? What do they call that?
Called they peace.
They said we're coming together. This is so peaceful.
They called it a homecoming.
Right.
And they walking into death.
Right.
Ain't nobody trying to come back to God though. No. That's their true homecoming when Christ come back. But they ain't trying to hear that though.
Read it from the top again.
And then you got to read.
I was about to say, read the next verse
down, because that's what homecoming is.
Exactly.
Read on. Read on.
Moreover, this was not enough for them. That they erred in the knowledge of God.
They erred in the knowledge of God. Read on.
But whereas they live in the great war of ignorance.
They don't want to repent. Read on.
Those so great plagues called they peace.
Because they want to stay in their sin. Read on.
For whilst they slew their children in sacrifices.
So how many sisters out there do you think? What's the percentage of them women have had abortions?
95.
98.
98.3.
For real.
98.7.
99.9. That's kind of crazy. I got to outbid you, goddamn.
Good. I'm good.
Let's go. Read on.
Or use secret ceremonies.
Secret ceremonies goes into those Alpha Phi Alpha, a.k.a. Phi Beta Sigma, Omega Psi Phi.
You remember yesterday I said, brother, what's your nationality? Yeah. He said, I don't know. I said, what sign is that? What fraternity is that?
Right.
He knew that.
Don't
start jumping around acting crazy.
Beta. I said, how you know that? You college-educated man, but you don't know your damn nationality. Right. You can't see that you destroyed.
That's the same thing that brother was trying to do, playing dumb on Friday.
Right, from Omega Psi Phi.
Yeah,
we're going to call him out.
Omega Psi Phi.
Yeah.
Sitting out there played dumb.
He got 4. I used to be in a fraternity. So I know the depths of Satan that goes on in these secret societies.
Right.
But with Alpha Phi Alpha, the slogan is manly deeds, scholarship, and love for all mankind. But when you see your sisters out there whoring themselves out,
where the love at?
Where the love at?
Where the correction at?
Bring it out.
We had an old woman from Six.
Yeah, can we get some sound bites?
Right, that must have been a bomb right
there. Right.
IT sleep. They sleep. We still waiting on rain.
We had an old woman. She was a part of.
Oh, there you go, right there.
Uh-oh.
Got the dumb stuff.
Uh-oh.
That's my granddaddy. You say, stop the dumb.
Hey, you explain it, then we're going to play this video.
Right. We had a sister, an older sister from Sigma Gamma Rho. Their slogan is greater service, greater progress. Meanwhile, she saw all of her daughters standing there in a modest apparel and didn't want to say anything. Just let them live.
No
that
progress.
Great war of ignorance.
No progress.
Yeah, that was backwards.
What you say? That was an old hoe.
Oh, that was
Hey.
The old
Yeah,
hoe
we
finna come out.
We gonna touch on them.
old hoe finna come out.
We finna touch on
Hey, play
them.
that video.
You all right, officer. Look at this. Let them live, huh?
Progress?
Yo,
What the damn
right.
progress at?
Hey, why
baby
everybody?
girls.
You know how they got the website OnlyFans, right?
Yeah.
Why all the women on OnlyFans? They use a TikTok as OnlyFans, YouTube. All of them OnlyFans models.
That's it.
All of them. They ain't just on the whole OnlyFans website. They use every phone for OnlyFans, promoting sexuality and dumb crap.
And don't they get paid?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, they
that's
do.
That's
All
like
of
Gospel
it.
Council, bro.
That's all it is.
I need Bishop Nathaniel theme music.
Yeah. We need that. Matter of fact, let's get that. We'll get the script. Let's get the script. Well, shoot, you wasn't done with yours, was you?
And finish it. Just go ahead
No,
and
no.
finish it
Finish
off.
your script. Finish your script.
Read verse 23 all the way from the
24.
top.
Yeah, man.
Verse 23.
Go ahead.
For whilst they slew their children in
Those
sacrifices
abortions. Go ahead.
or used secret ceremonies
All these fraternities and sororities that could perpetuate evil from a high standpoint. Read.
or made revelings of strange rites,
Reveling is all we saw.
That's
Homecoming.
That's homecoming.
That's homecoming.
Homecoming.
Verse 24.
they kept neither lives nor marriages.
Ooh, all kind of
Unbelievable.
adultery.
They go to homecoming to hook up with their
To hook up
old
with
flame.
their
You
old
You
flame.
can't
Oh,
make
hey.
this stuff up.
Yep, that college swing thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Girl, you
that,
still
that,
look
that high,
good. You
hey,
still
that
look
high school sweetheart.
Unbelievable.
You
yeah.
can't make this up.
Yo, you remember, girl? Hey, you remember we was over there by under the football stand? Right. I'm going head up over there.
Yo.
Girl. You know we do this every year. Let's go on back.
Unbelievable.
You know we got to meet over there. You do this every year.
And they be 55.
Right.
They
60.
Saint 60 years old.
65.
Saint, they older than the
They
massacre that happened, and they out there playing around, playing
Felt
games.
like they look super old this year too. Like,
Bro, that was ridiculous, bro.
you said they look
like a
extra
bunch of
worn
old
out this
people.
year.
Yeah,
Worn-
yo.
it look like they worn out, but
For
they
real.
cannot get out of that cycle.
Right.
They can't break the cycle. Education has destroyed us.
There's some more on that. There's
Come
some
on.
more.
Yeah.
Read it again from verse 24.
They kept neither lives nor marriages
Go ahead.
any longer undefiled,
Because they out there cheating on one another. Go ahead.
but either one slew another
Uh-huh.
traitorously or grieved him by adultery.
Grieved you by adultery. Slaying one another traitorously. Sleeping with your... I know this your
Sleeping
woman.
with your boy wife.
And now I got to kill you.
You know what
Now I
I'm
gotta
saying?
keep you.
Sleeping with your girl. Well, shoot, we can't even say white because only 1 out of 4 are married anyway.
Right.
Can't you make it stuff
And
up?
she finding her old flame.
Unbelievable.
So,
Unbelievable.
What are we reading about? Homecoming.
Right.
Homecoming.
Homecoming hoes. Hoes coming home.
Yeah, that's why we got A. Let's go Sirach 25, 2. Let's read that right quick. Yeah, read that. Yeah, because like you said, you saw daughters and mothers out there walking together. Read that.
Sirach chapter 25 verse 2.
Uh-huh.
3 sorts of men my soul hateth, and I am greatly offended at their life. A poor man that is proud, a rich man that is a liar, and an old adulterer that doted.
That's what all we saw out there. All the women walking around. Old. How you be old and you still doing this crap?
Worn out. Just
Like
worn-
you straight, as Bishop say, flapping in the goddamn wind.
Parachute. Kangaroo pouch.
Can't make this up. You can't make that
Uh-oh.
stuff up.
Wow.
Oh, look, there go one right there.
Oh, there it is.
Unbelievable.
Hey, that's a photo or a video. I wish we had a video of them old beat down horrors.
I wonder if IT team, video team got it where the dude, the older gentleman was over there catcalling at the young girl. The
Huh?
Yeah, yo.
A young,
Yeah, he was
old dude?
Old dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was feeling himself. I think that demon jumped on him real
Probably
good.
Wow.
literally was feeling himself.
Literally.
His hand in his
It was
pocket.
disgusting.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, and then they be
Pocket
wondering,
pool.
and then you wonder why, because one of the officers was teaching. I think it was Officer Eli was teaching, and you literally had a sister that got raped and was pregnant out there.
Right. She got forced.
Like she explained it at camp. You know what I'm saying? She was out there all broken and everything. Like, I don't even be around like that no more because she ended up getting raped there. And now she's pregnant with a son. But ain't no women out there to say nothing about it, tell our women how to care themselves so these things may not happen. Because you may not be able to stop it 100%. But she walking around in immodest clothing and ain't a grown woman out there to help her at all.
See?
Not one.
No, because they're about to, what's it called? Greater what?
Greater service, greater progress.
Yeah,
Nah,
right.
It's greater, what's a backwards word?
Regression.
Yeah, greater regression.
Right.
Man, officer done pissed me off now. Like,
Hey,
get a
but that's
different
real.
spirit when you hear about that
Bro,
stuff.
that's what happened to the sister though.
What you holding right there? Also, you got something you want to bring out?
Hey, just to go along with what he's saying about God hating that type of lifestyle. Give me Psalms 106 and verse 40. Because this goes back into our people been doing this from the time of the Bible until now. It hasn't changed. We haven't progressed as a nation yet.
Psalms chapter 106, verse 40. Therefore was the wrath of the Lord kindled against his people, insomuch that he abhorred his own inheritance.
He hated his own people for their actions. You know, this type of lifestyle, this what we promote, we passing it down from one generation to the next generation. And what you see is these little kids, they preparing these little girls to be hoes out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To put them on full display for these little nasty old men that's still trying to relive their days back when they was young.
That's why we was out there. You had the older men. You got all these women, young women in college age going into this concert. And you got the old men standing outside doing like all
Drinking.
smoking, all that crap. Right next to it, looking at all the young girls come by there.
Finish that. Read the next verse.
Verse 41. And he gave them into the hand of the heathen.
Now we're in the hands of the heathen. We're in the hands of the white man. Read.
And they that hated them ruled over them.
And they hate our guts, and now they ruling over us. And we think we progressed. We're in the hands of our enemies that hate our guts. So they push this wickedness on us. They control these black colleges.
Exactly.
You know
Hey, that goes next verse. Read the next verse.
Their enemies also oppressed them.
Their enemies oppressed them. Come on.
And they were brought into subjection under their hand.
You were brought into subjection under the hand of these oppressors who started these colleges.
Right.
Started these events. About homecoming.
These Greek fraternities and everything that we see. Everything that we see going on is based off of our condition for what we fell from in the Bible. All right. So we're going to go to a short commercial break. Then we'll be right back. Thank you for tuning in to the first episode of The Final Trumpet. Hope you're enjoying it. We'll be right back to you after these messages.
The end goal is for us to be united as a nation. Come together, not as a community, but as a nation. We are more than a community. We are a nation. We are a kingdom of people, a nation in exile. We are a nation within a nation. We must come together, and that's the prophecy. Matthew 15:24, Acts 5:29-30, Revelation chapter 7, Revelation chapter 14. We must gather ourselves together. Zephaniah 2:1, Ephesians 4:3. It's about the unity of the nation of Israel.
Check it, look, I came from where it's drama and it's hostile. Where I'm at, we kill the trauma with the gospel. More than 12, it's like 1,000 apostles. Hit your block and then we dip like it's nachos. What's a op? We in the kitchen where they pop toast. Riding like a Tahoe, never scared of them potholes. We came to save the same ones they made a victim. Plagued with the sickness, the scripture gave the prescriptions. It's a doctor bag, blade without the hockey mask.
Reliving the book of the acts. I carry my cross on my back. My homies still stuck in the trap. Going hard, ain't no time to relax. Keeping my mind on the throne. Applying the stuff I've been shown. Been patient through all of my woes. Been patient through all of my woes. And I'm out here painting this picture. It came from the scriptures. I'm changing my mind now. And I've been examples. I've seen some examples. So I think it's just about time now to break the old habits and clean all the addicts. And yes, we are changing our life now. And when life gives us lemons, we turn it to vengeance. We're strong in the Lord and His might now. All the tribulations, I just cannot stay the same. All the wisdom I've been given has been helping with the pain. And the people that I love, they think that I've gone insane. When it gets gritty and looking real iffy, they pull up and show on their face. It's so blood in my veins. I cannot stand to complain. Put it into there's a change. Put it into there's a change. I'm the only one to blame. So I've been switching my lanes. Before that's all in my chain. Straight true to religion. It's only a few to stay true and some tripping. Danger if you got.
Three, two, there you go. Yeah. Sound bites ain't in there yet, but we gonna get them in there for y'all because we back. Hope you enjoyed the commercial break. All right, so we stopped there going over, the it sounds like I sound real high right now. Yeah. Get my mic right. I sound real high. But we stopped that.
They trying to say you too hype right now.
I am hype. All praise to the Most High. You know what I mean? But we stopped that going into the education of our people, and we're gonna pick back up on that based off of what the officer Yashala brought out. Dealing with how we were more equipped mentally to deal with our situation as a people and ready to advance ourselves, but something happened. You know what I'm saying? We got out of slavery. We were better after getting out of slavery and trying to build amongst ourselves than we are today. But that's the mindset that our people had. That's what they were running with. But as we went into Psalms chapter 83, we saw that our enemies, they always have a different plan. All right, so we're going to play the first video. With the African American History Series in Orangeburg. Just start at the beginning, and we're going to play up until 1 minute and 27 seconds, I believe. All right, let's get that.
New Perspectives Media, in association with Claflin University and the Orangeburg Historical Society, you join in the celebration, trials, and triumphs of a great American story. Coming this spring.
Slavery is a system of forced labor that has existed throughout the world for thousands of years. In America, slavery began in the 17th century when people in Africa were overpowered and forced to leave their native land, their culture, and their families behind.
First blacks that were in
right
the
there.
area,
Stop right there.
and it wasn't
Stop
directly
right
in
there.
the orange.
Can IT hear me? Yeah, stop right there. Because you know Esau, he gonna go in the he trying to manipulate the situation right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear too much of him because he automatically starts to interject history lies.
Yep.
Basically, plainly put, lies to try to derail. You know what I mean? The understanding that we know is proven in the Bible. Right. So I played the beginning of this to go into the fact that we know we came here as slaves. We know this. Right. But ironically, we had brothers on campus.
They didn't know.
They did not acknowledge the fact that we come in as slaves.
That's that crafty counsel.
That's that crafty counsel.
Great war of ignorance.
Great war of ignorance. We've fallen so low, and you would think that as a people, we go into homecoming and we celebrating all these different things. Yeah, we understand our people are lost, but you would think that there should, at some point in life, we should start to consider and have a thought towards the betterment of our people. Mm-hmm. Like as a group of people, as a group of so-called educated people in 2023, we are farther down the damn rabbit hole than we was right after slavery.
Right. See, but that comes from that script you pulled in Job, where as we lose our history and we lose who our forefathers were and who we were, the more that they take that from us, that's the more ignorant we become, and we don't want to progress.
You gotta think.
Hold that thought. Now, go ahead.
ahead.
No, I want you to remember what you just said because there's something that's gonna come out in a minute. Write it down because I'm gonna forget. Go ahead.
Nah, so you gotta think. Orangeburg is what, 45 minutes to an hour from the slave ports in Charleston.
Right.
That's
How they don't know they came here from there?
They don't want to. You know that's that. What Bishop Asaph called it. When they don't want to forget it, they just wipe it out their mind. Right. Bishop Asaph got a term for it. Yeah, they use the black highlighter.
Hey,
you know what's he call it? Dang, I can't think of what it's called. Huh? Jedi mind trick. Yeah, the Jedi mind trick. That's what that is.
Literally an hour
away
from the port that most everybody in Orangeburg came through.
Yep.
That's that Isaiah 1 and 3 when it say, "My people do not consider."
They don't consider that thing. Right. They don't consider that thing. All right. Hey, so play on. No. Jump to what's the timestamp we at right now?
44 seconds.
All right. I got 127. So play a little bit. Let me see. What Esau talking about? Maybe
to leave their native land, their culture, and their families behind.
First blacks that were in the area, and it wasn't directly in the Orangeburg area, but in kind of the Midlands of South Carolina, were brought in by the Spanish settlers, and that was in the 16th and the 17th century.
Right. Now, so pause that. So that part is correct. You know what I'm saying? When the slaves first got here, the first slaves that were brought here, you read that in before the Mayflower. They came from Spain. They came from Spain. So he was right on that. But this brother don't know what he's talking about. Jump to
hey, before you go there, you got to check out Esau's Jedi mind trick. They do like the Spanish did that.
Like it ain't him. Like he ain't one of them.
Yeah.
Like he ain't that guy. So he sits there as though it's not him. Get the heck up out of here, man.
Good catch. That's a good catch. The Spanish. They came in out of Spanish. Hey, jump to 1 minute 50 seconds. 1 minute 50 seconds. This brother right here. So don't press play yet. But dealing with education and the condition our people are in right now, like we keep bringing up. We read Job 8 and 8, going into considering our forefathers and doing a diligent search. Right. This generation right here, they don't do that. They don't care nothing about it. But you're going to see older brothers like this that have a sense of where we came from. Today, that sense is gone. Right. Our grandparents, they had a better sense of where we came from and why we was in the condition that we in. But like Officer just brought out, over time, they've degraded it and miseducated us and given us a set of information that now guides us in society that makes us say, you know what, slavery, who did that? I ain't no slave. Right. You know what I mean? My mama wasn't no slave.
Let them live.
Yeah, just
same way black people said. That's what exactly what they was taught. Right. Let them live. Just let them do what they want to do.
Right. Hey, so IT press play.
Married, had children by Indian women. Just like my mother's side, my mother's great-granddad came from England in the early 1800s, and my granddaddy bought the farm in 1903.
Pause it.
My daddy took it over in
Pause it. You notice the brother understands where he comes from. Mm-hmm. Right. He knew that his grandfather came from England in the early 1800s.
Right. He's inquiring of his forefathers to know that information.
But nowadays, that thing is far fetched in our community. Play on.
Bought the farm in 1903. My daddy took it over in 1945. And I took it over in 1980.
So you see, pause. You see that the properties that his great grandfather came here and acquired, it was passed down. Right. So the history alone from his grandfather coming from England, it was passed down from generation to generation to generation. You don't get that nowadays. No. You don't get. I know when my father died. So my grandfather, he came from England. All right, he came from England to Miami, Florida. That's where he first entered the America at, Miami, Florida. So he built his father built up a nice estate in Florida. Then before he came to South Carolina, my grandfather in Manning, South Carolina, they gave him his own holiday. on February 22nd in Manning is called Lee McCrae Day. They gave him a holiday because it was ruled. Nothing was there. Nothing was there. But he learned with his hands, could not read, right? Built up Manning, South Carolina during that time to what it became to today. But he died, and Esau took all of the property because my family did not, it wasn't set up to be passed down because my daddy died first. My daddy died first before my grandfather. Then my grandfather died, and my uncle died. So everything got lost. The women took everything, and they lost it all in a year.
Bro,
freaking
we're going through the same thing in Beaufort now.
Yep.
When my grandmother died, we have a whole bunch of land out there. Grandmother died, and they got what is called heirs property.
Heirs property,
where it's passed down.
Yep.
But the family start fighting each other. Some want to sell it, some don't want it, and there's a Marine air base like right across the water. So the government is trying to buy it, and the only way you can stop the government from taking it over is that it has to be passed down. You got to pay the taxes on the land each year.
Right.
If you don't pay the taxes, the government's going to take that land. The family's sitting there fighting over it. I mean, we got our plot, but cousins and stuff like that, they done sold their plot off, about to give it to they're going to get their ass kicked off the joint in a minute.
Same thing happened to me in Kentucky.
Bad, man.
Same thing. My grandfather actually has a industrial company on the land that was passed down to him, and they took it. He literally he fought for it his whole life and actually ended up dying and everything without ever getting it. It was going in and out of court, all kinds of stuff, and they literally took that joint, and he ended up, getting dementia and everything and passing. But yeah.
Hey, that just shows you, you know what I mean? Even with, like, our brother right here, with his experience, we got our experiences.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And it's amazing to be in this truth to now you're able to see exactly what's going on and divide the bull jive that's being pushed to us. Because ain't nobody really, the younger generation, they ain't acquiring about this stuff. They don't care.
Hey, and can I get a script? 2 Maccabees 4, and I want to start at verse 12, because when our young men and young women are discontinued from their heritage, we start to look at the white man as daddy. Daddy, what do you have for us?
Ooh, that's heavy. I want you to remember that. I want you to remember because we got another video.
Daddy.
Dang.
Let's get that. Verse 12.
2 Maccabees chapter 4, verse 12.
And this is under the Romans. Go ahead, read.
For he built gladly a place of exercise under the tower itself.
Go ahead.
And brought the chief young men.
Brought the chief young men of the nation of Israel to do what? Read.
Under his subjection.
Under his subjection. Earlier we read out of Psalm 107, it says that our enemies, that they brought us into subjection under their hand. What do we call that now? The football team.
Exactly.
The basketball team.
The shim.
The shim.
Yeah,
the gymnasium in Orangeburg, South Carolina.
Right.
We just asked the question earlier today. I was like, what do, when these rich athletes, they get their money and they claim that they're giving back to the community, what do they do and what do they build in their community?
Nothing.
Not a damn thing.
Damn
Nothing.
basketball court or a gymnasium.
They can't build a school or nothing.
Again,
All that's in their
libraries.
Again, they perpetuate the cycle that has been pushed to them by our oppressor. Like we just read in Psalms. What was that you read? Psalms 106 and 42?
106 and 42.
Read that again. Psalms 106 and verse 42. Yeah. That's exactly what you're bringing up.
Crazy.
Bro. Psalms 106 verse 42.
Psalms chapter 106 verse 42.
There go that power we was missing the first half.
There
it is. Come on, man.
Their enemies also oppressed them, and they were brought into subjection under their hand.
Now you're going to make this money, right? We're going to give you this scholarship and you're going to go in the NBA.
Right.
But you can't build no schools and no nothing in your community. You can build a gym, though.
Nowadays, college athletes get nil contracts where they start making money off of their
paid
likeness.
now.
Yeah.
Getting paid.
Yeah.
So they found another crafty way to keep our young chief men in subjection.
And to continue to break the remembrance of their heritage, like this brother right here. Right. Hey, jump to 4 minutes and 40 seconds. 4 minutes, 40 seconds. Now remember, all of this we're going into is the education, is going into the remembrance of our forefathers and the comparison of us today. Press play.
Black people in America to the children of Israel.
Right up, right. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up.
Go
back
back
it
a
up.
few more
back
seconds.
it up. Back it up.
440. You gotta go back some more.
Right there. Right there. Right there.
Came by, saw the altercation. One person was arrested.
So this brother right here, he got arrested because they were swimming in a pond that was owned by Esau. It was owned by the pond. They owned, it didn't really belong to anybody, but they went swimming in it. Esau drove by, saw black people in the pond,
And arrested.
And arrested their ass. So he went to jail. That's what he was talking about. Some of the oppression that he experienced during the time in Orangeburg, South Carolina.
Right.
All right, play on.
All the altercation. One person was arrested. That person was me.
If you compare the black people in America to the children of Israel, and them leaving Pharaoh's land and trying to move out of Pharaoh's land, being led by Moses and Joshua, you know, there's always been you could compare the plight of the black people similar to that, in that we've always needed that leader. And the spirituality of it has always come to, and really.
Okay.
You know what? He couldn't. No. He knows. He couldn't say it for this video though.
Right.
Well,
he just couldn't say we are. He said you got to compare them to. He didn't say we are, so you compare us to them.
The brother,
he knows.
The brother is. Obviously, I think he's a deacon. If I'm a deacon at church, he might be. He's a reverend.
Oh, he knows.
I read
I play keyboard at his church.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
See?
Yeah, I saw that face and I was like, ooh. I recognize him.
But so you know the brother. So I ask you, do you think he understands that we are the children of Israel?
Do I think he? Honestly, no, because when it comes to he's a pastor, so he's reading these passages. But we know how most of our black Christian pastors are locked in hand with our enemy.
Mm-hmm.
They're locked in hand. And just look at his countenance, bald face. He can read Leviticus 21:5 easily to understand that the children of Israel must have beards on their faces, and he allows that compassion of the woman.
Yeah, dang, wow. Yeah, I mean, you would know if you've been at the church.
Yes, sir.
You would know you've been at the church.
But Reverend, so-called Reverend Whitaker V. Middleton, repent.
Hey, that brother called his whole name. That's what that is, Reverend V. Middleton?
Whitaker V. Middleton. Repent.
Whitaker.
He needs a flyer, man. Right. We need to get out.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? We need to go blitz him. They set it up. We go blitz him. We're gonna come and
come talk to you.
Yeah, help you realize that we are not just a comparison.
We
of
are
the children of Israel. We are the children of Israel.
Right.
That's who we are. That's why we're going through what we're going through.
Come on, man. Where the bomb at?
They having some technical difficulties with the sound, but we're going to edit it in there, and we're going to be all right next show. Next show, we're going to be all right. All right? But we're going to jump to the, come on with the sound now. Y'all doing all right. Y'all doing all right without the sound bites, but let's keep the sound right in the microphone. Let's go to the next video, which is, what's it called? The next video, how the U.S. government destroyed families. I want you to remember your point. I hope you remembered it because you said something and you said something. You know what I mean? I hope you remembered it, but it's about to come out right now. Play it from the beginning. Play it from the beginning.
Fathers have left home in order for their children to get meat and bread. There are so many dehumanizing elements in the welfare system that we are concerned about removing. Ultimately, we are concerned about a guaranteed annual income. And the other thing I think it is
turn it up a little bit
to say is that everybody's on welfare in this country. And when it comes to black people and poor people, we just call it something else. When it's for white people and rich, we call it subsidies.
All right. We're going to play to 127.
Fatherless households are more common in the black community. A survey from the American Consensus Institution revealed that 67% of black children under 18 in the U.S. live in homes without fathers. This is a stark contrast to white children, as only 24% of them live in fatherless homes. But it wasn't always like that. The black families survived generations of open racism, widespread poverty, and slavery. They lived through segregation and violence, and strong family bonds used to be the norm.
As of 1960, 2/3 of all black American children were living with both parents. That declined over the years until only 1/3 were living with both parents in 1995. So it's not the legacy of slavery that destroys the African American family.
It's the legacy of the welfare state.
Between 1890 and 1950, the marriage rate was much higher among black women than white women. A fraction of black children lived in homes without their fathers.
But stop right there.
That's crazy.
Now you see how much information is in that 1 minute and 27 seconds clip.
I said black women was more likely to be married than white women, and now it is ridiculous.
Hey, that's that Deuteronomy 28:48, man.
Hey, bring it out.
A lot of times when we bring it out at camp, especially we ask that question, were we better off when we had the yokes of iron upon our necks than when they so-called emancipated us? Here's the point right there. Read that, Deuteronomy 28:48. And all this is a result of us breaking the Most High God's laws, statutes, and commandments. Read that thing.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Now we are serving our enemies. Our enemies, the so-called white man that set up this system here to destroy us spiritually. The crafty counsel that they take is an act of war against our people. And we don't even know it because we're ignorant about those things. Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
Go ahead.
In hunger.
So now read on.
And in thirst. And in nakedness. And in want of all things.
Anything that we want now, even our own HBCU college, we got to go to the so-called white man for. Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Shackles, chains, getting our backs whipped. Our women were raped into submission. Our children were bought and sold and all those different things. Read.
Until he have destroyed thee.
Until we've gained a docile mindset now. We no longer see him as our enemy. We no longer understand. We had to be in that place, in that position then, where we seen him as our Lord and Savior, now the so-called white man, in order for them to take those yokes of iron off of our necks, to the point where we continue to degenerate year after year after year, to the point our marriage rates are continuously, it was 1/3 in 1995. I can't imagine what it is now. Yo.
Hey,
it's like 20%.
It's going to get to it, too. You got something on that?
Yes. Because that goes into our enemy nourishing us. But when we get nourished by our enemy, we no longer stand on our own nobility. Get that in Ecclesiastes 7:7. Because us not being able to fix our own community issues or see the resolutions for ourselves, we only, like you said, don't forget this point, we're only showing the white man as our daddy. We don't want to keep doing that. And that's what the welfare system is all about. The white man being our daddy. All right, so go ahead and read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
So if our chief young men are always falling into the prey of Esau, we'll never be those men who see oppression for what it is. Read on.
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
A gift destroyeth the heart. So the welfare system destroyed our nation.
And you notice what it said, and it's going to say it again. It said that the welfare system did what slavery could not do.
Wow.
Which was destroy the family.
The mind.
Right.
That mindset of we can do this, we have to band together. Because back in the day, you used to be able to go down the street, hey, cousin Lula, let me get a cup of sugar.
Yeah, I need some, hey, you got some eggs?
Right. We don't even do that anymore.
No, my neighbors, they look at me and be like, I just be like, all right. Well, I don't even know. Listen, I've been staying where I live at right now. Y'all know y'all see my house. I've been staying there for 5 years. You know, I don't even know their names.
Right.
I just learned the brother name like 2 weeks ago because they dropped a box off from Amazon to my house that was supposed to go to his house. Remember the box? I said, I ain't touching it, man. They mail never come here. I don't want to touch it. They might got some poison on that door. I let it sit outside for like 3 days. Then I took it over there. I'm like, is your daddy name Andrew? I'm like, here you go. But again, it shows you how far we've fallen. Yes. How far we've fallen. Anybody else got something on that? I think I want to play through for a couple more seconds. Play through real quick. Play through the video.
Everything changed with the expansion of the welfare state. It divided the household and created a dependency on welfare. This kind of reminds me of what President Reagan said.
Stop right there. It says it divided the household and created the dependency on welfare. And later, in a few minutes, it's going to go into how, because we all know, in order for them to get that welfare in that housing, what got to happen?
That man got to be gone.
That's why
But listen,
I said it at
the
the
white man is the damn devil the Bible speak of. Play on.
And created a dependency on welfare. This kind of reminds me of what President Reagan said.
I've always felt the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
So, what happened? What's the mechanism? Here is a detailed look at how the welfare state played a role in the dissolving of the family structure over the years. People
I was sitting over here shaking my head like, wow.
He fell on his own sword.
He fell on his own sword.
That said the worst thing you could hear is I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Bruh, because they never are here to help. Look, they don't even just do that just here in America. They do that to everybody, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? That is crazy. That is crazy.
Get that in Psalms about their tongues. That's what's going on here. That's where we at with it. Help me out. Y'all know what I want for you at.
64. 64 verse 8.
Yep, there you go. Psalm 64 verse 8.
Oh, yeah, fall up on it.
Psalms chapter 64 verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away.
So that's gonna come in.
Hey, wasn't he a
time.
President?
Yeah, he was a president. He was the president. He said that.
Ain't he the highest of the government?
Exactly. He said, and he said it. You know what I mean? His tongue, he fell on his own. His tongue made the statement that the government is not your friend.
Right. And
we are here to destroy you.
He's the president right there in the 80s that the crack and all that stuff came in.
Crack
that
was
when
booming.
We really took a hit as a community.
Yep. Exactly. Hey, play on. I know we in a time crunch.
This
play on.
kind of reminds me of what President Reagan said.
I've always felt the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
That's crazy.
So,
hey,
what's the
jump to 5 minutes and 36 seconds. The link for this video will be posted in the description. All right, so if you want to check it out later on. But jump to it's a very good video. Jump to 5 minutes 36 seconds.
The ADC program was an extension of state-run programs that supported widowed mothers, but mostly benefited white widows.
What did he say? Back that up. Back that. He would say it again. Read it. Play it again.
For social insurance programs. The ADC program was an extension of state-run programs that supported widowed mothers, but mostly benefited white widows.
It mostly benefited white widows. But watch what's about to happen. Play on.
The states decided eligibility and need, and since the separate but equal doctrine was in place, blacks were still excluded from fully participating.
So we wasn't even included in this. It was not made for us to support us.
Even though it was already of equal treatment.
Yes.
So they didn't allow the equal treatment.
Nope. Play on.
But mostly benefited white widows. The states decided eligibility and need, and since the separate but equal doctrine was in place, blacks were still excluded from fully participating. Jim Crow laws and the separate but equal doctrine led to a system with different services for whites and blacks. But, as we all know by now, they were far from equal. States made efforts to cut down ADC enrollment and costs. They proposed residency requirements to prevent blacks from the South from qualifying for the program. In 1935, there was a hearing on a bill, and the NAACP, an organization that fights for civil rights, expressed their concerns. Southern politicians wanted to exclude agricultural...
Hey, you're going to move it up to 649. 649. Right there. 649.
Incentivized single-mother households. And there was one rule that ruined it all. The man-in-the-house rule. Black families have long been the victims of income inequality and bad government policies. The irony, of course, is that conservatives pushed black mothers to break their families to get welfare.
Who did that? Replay it again. Conservatives did this. The conservatives pushed this agenda. Come on.
Have long been the victims of income inequality and bad government policies. The irony, of course, is that conservatives pushed black mothers to break their families to get welfare. Before 1968, many states and administrative agencies created and enforced the man-in-the-house rule. This rule basically meant that if there is a working or healthy man in the house, the government can't help you. And they would go as far as to send welfare workers to visit the homes without warning.
Stop right there. Now, see, I'm a victim of this. Because I remember them folks coming by like every 3 months or something like that, checking to see if daddy was there.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
See the big shoes
in
the house.
Yeah. They would check the closets, see if men's clothing was in there. They would literally check everything to see if you had a man anywhere nearby. And of course, my mama, she had a man, but she already knew. She already knew when they came through, hey, you got to go, brother. Brother, you got to go. My mama, mama, I'm just saying, you was a...
Yeah, with a W.
Yeah. It's bad, but, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. But they would literally come in the house. They would check the refrigerator to see if food was in the refrigerator. They would know if your refrigerator got food in it, a certain kind of food. There's only a certain kind of food you can buy. You know what I'm saying, with food stamps.
Yep.
Everybody know, you've ever seen these sisters that go to the grocery store. They ain't got meat and canned goods. They got cereals.
That's that wick.
That's the wick. Right. That's the wick.
Yeah, just it's full of garbage. Yeah, full of garbage. But again, this agenda has been pushed on our women, which is going to explain. We're gonna go from there to 7 minutes and 54 seconds. It's going to explain what we've been talking about this whole time, going into the educational system and how all of these factors have caused us to be in the condition that we're in right now. So jump to 754. Start right there. That's good.
Face
No.
no
Go
consequence.
up. Who's on that? Who is using that mouse? Right there. 51 is good. There you go.
1960, just 33% of black American children didn't live with two parents. But by 1988, that rate went up to 61%.
Only 33% of black children did not live with two parents.
So you got 66 that did.
Right. Now.
2/3 did.
Right. Play it again.
1960, just 33% of black American children didn't live with two parents. But by 1988, that rate went up to 61%. In that time, the proportion of black children born to single mothers rose from 23% to more than 60%. This is exactly why we can't judge government policy.
Stop. Because what that shows is the degenerates of our people. It was a small group that produced those illegitimate children, children of an unlawful bed, those crackhead children, latchkey children. But what we see is as time goes past.
Did he say latchkey children?
I
was one of them.
Right.
Yeah, the way you
just
keep
left at home, right, by themselves, got to fend for themselves.
Yeah.
But now, as time goes along, we choose the ways of the white man and we do what he wants us to do. Now that population grows more and more. And now we got that great war of ignorance, having more people on the battlefield.
Right. But let's not forget this is all crafty counsel.
Right.
I mean, remember the thought is welfare did what slavery couldn't do. Right. Because in slavery we knew we needed each other.
Right.
The man and woman had a greater sense of marriage during slavery than after slavery. Right. During this time right here, that's why that percentage jumped so high, because the idea that a woman could be more productive without a man was being pushed. Yep. We can't forget that the women's rights movement is during this time as well. We're talking about the 1960s. From 1960s to 1980, I believe he said, it went from 33% to 61%.
Right.
Right. Yep.
That's crazy.
Literally double.
Yeah. Hey,
something you saying is, hey, they got all these statistics. They let you know that they have a plan in place. They just didn't pull these statistics out of thin air. They got a plan.
Right.
And that plan is to oppress us. Period, point blank. Give me Ezra 9 and 7 right quick. And that brother said, we got the plight of the Israelites, or we like the Hebrews. If we only just recognize that we the Hebrews, we could see their plan as clear as day.
Ezra chapter 9, verse 7. Since the days of our fathers have we been in a great trespass unto this day. And for our iniquities,
for our sins,
have we, our kings and our priests, been delivered into the hand of the kings of the lands.
We've been delivered into our enemy. Read.
To the sword, to captivity,
read,
and to a spoil.
To a spoil. They are oppressing us for gain. Read.
And to confusion of face.
And right now we don't know who we are as a people.
There you go.
Right.
Oh, there you go.
Read the last part. Yeah.
As it is this day.
Exactly there you go. We still in that state.
And you know what? It's going to take us to continue. Right now, we're coming at South Carolina homecoming because y'all was who we had to deal with this weekend. So this message is for you and for everybody else that you're going to share it with. Lord's will, you repent and get your mind right. Hey, don't change. I want to finish that because he's about to say something real heavy. Play it. Go ahead and play from right there. He's about to say something real heavy, bro. Which goes back into the education of our people in America today. Read.
51%. In that time, the proportion of black children born to single mothers rose from 23% to more than 60%. This is exactly why we can't judge government policies based on their ideals, but based on their results. And these results, well, left a ton of households fatherless. I mean, think about it. What would the result have been if this welfare policy had required the opposite of that? That both parents live in the same home and care for their children.
They don't want that. They do not want. No, that's what they don't want.
Right.
They understood that, okay, if we created these benefits for only families that had a 2-parent household, it would only make the black community stronger.
Yep.
It's going to fuel them to continue to be a better people, as a better nation, a greater nation than we are. That's why we was able to build what we built in 1921 Tulsa, Oklahoma, because we understood the importance of working with each other, keeping our money in our community. They did not want that thing.
That let you know they could have did it that
yes,
way.
they could have done it.
Could've
That policy could have been put in place. That policy can be put in place today.
Right.
But hell no. They like niggers and thoughts and hoes at homecoming.
Right. Think about it, the policy. Let me help a family if they're going through hard times. That keeps the family together. It keeps the father in the house.
Exactly.
And they progress.
They don't want that.
But the thought was, let's get rid of the man out the house and then help the woman.
Right, because he's the man is the foundation, and every society knows that.
And it would be cheaper because you ain't got to help as much because he's still working.
Exactly.
He's just falling on hard times every now and then, so he need a little help. It would actually be cheaper for them to do it that way.
Exactly.
But they won't do it.
They saw gain out of that.
Yeah.
You know what that gain was? The prison system.
Yep.
Exactly.
The prison system.
Everything
down.
Everything
the
downward
line that
and
comes
destruction
with that.
was built off of that idea.
Yep.
Built off of that thought.
They took the initial hit so they can get the later the all of the profits and stuff for later on.
Right. Hold your script. Let's finish this real quick because we're in a time crunch. Play on.
Required the opposite of that both parents live in the same home and care for their children to receive government assistance. The welfare state did what slavery couldn't do. It broke families apart.
See that?
And
the welfare did what slavery couldn't do. Move it up a little bit. Move it up a little bit. Right there. Well, back a little bit. Back right there. Play.
Welfare state did what slavery couldn't do. It broke families apart. And broken families fuel poverty. The structure of the family can influence the choices children make. For example, boys raised without their fathers are more likely to drop out of school, get violence, use drugs, or go to jail. Girls are more likely to have a child out of wedlock or engage in sexual activities at a very early age. These children are also more prone to mental health problems, which can affect them as adults. A psychology test detailed...
So you see, just in that little bit right there, they know what the problem is in our community.
Right.
They know that the government has the power. If you got the power to send $1 billion into a war,
right,
you can send millions upon millions of dollars to aid and fuel a war. You could turn around and write policies. You ain't even got to send the money. Right. You can write policies that will rebuild the structure of families in America.
Right.
They could. Our people have been so fixated on 40 acres and a mule.
Right.
Hell, we only need the 40 acres and a mule. Rewrite your policy and allow us to operate just off of that policy and watch what we do as a people. We would change our condition damn near overnight. Right. But they knew that when they put this in place, that the young men, because we split the family up, we got rid of the man. Now the mother, she has to work. She's trying to make whatever money that she can make. The kids, they're at home fending for themselves like you just brought out. And eventually, as they get of a certain age, they're going to drop out of school because there ain't nobody. Daddy ain't there to tell you, bro, you're going to take your ass to school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't there to keep your daughter's legs closed so she going to end up pregnant. Right. This is the plot on our nation that we must get past. And homecoming fuels the same type of activity in our community.
It pushes it.
You know, and these older men, these older sisters, you should be ashamed of yourselves.
Right.
You should be ashamed of yourselves. Any last thoughts on this particular segment?
Yes. 2 Maccabees chapter 4, verse 15 and 16. Because this is exactly what we're seeing in that video clip. Go ahead and read that when you got it.
2 Maccabees chapter 4, verse 15.
Uh-huh.
Not setting by the honors of their fathers.
Of their fathers. One of the honors that we got taken away from us was marriage. Mm-hmm. Right. They separated the black family. So we can't even track back who our forefathers are anymore.
Right.
But read on.
That's completely destroyed.
Right. Completely destroyed. Read on.
But liking the glory of the Grecians best of all.
Because the white man came with the money in his hand saying, hey, take this and we're going to take care of you. Just move that man out the way. Read on.
By reason whereof sore calamity.
Sore calamity is destruction upon our people. Read on.
Came upon them.
Go ahead.
For they had them to be their enemies and avengers.
That's where the, Reagan could jump on the screen and say, the worst word. He's telling you as your enemy.
Yes,
right.
yes.
I want to make it sound good, but the worst words you can hear is, I'm here as the government, and we're here to help.
Right.
So your enemy is trying to tell you how
they
he's
the
going to
enemy.
avenge you.
Like we just
right.
got a bomb at the end of the show. Y'all heard that? Damn! All praises.
Maybe this is the one that unlocked it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You
we activated the anger.
activated it. It got activated, bro.
Praises.
You had to get enough kills first. Come on.
Right. Read on.
Whose custom they followed so earnestly.
And that even changed the way that our people eat, because we were talking about WIC and the food stamps. And it changed how even our women don't even pick healthy foods to give to the children.
Hey, that's a heavy point. You remember, if you think about it, prior to WIC and prior to government aid and assistance, obesity was not an issue.
Right.
Obesity was not an issue. But because of aid and WIC, women they had access to so much food that has corn, what is called fructose corn, high fructose corn syrup, and all the sugar, all the sugar, everything that is necessary to destroy the body is in the food that they give away, that they give them.
Right.
So that's heavy.
Finish that last part off.
And unto whom they desired to be like in all things.
Now we're following the white man's curriculum, whether we're inside their schools or outside of them. We're following his curriculum.
Right. All praises to the Most High. Anybody else got anything on this last segment? Because now, if not, we're going to go into the crucial content. We're going to go into the crucial content. I know IT wasn't ready for it, but they were supposed to be ready for it, you know. Right. We still getting it together, y'all. Still getting it together, but, you know, we got crucial content coming up right now.
Warning. This is not a test. Warning. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So, on today's segment of Crucial Content, we're going to be airing the video from, what's this, Original Royalty Recordings, All In, from the Sons of God, I believe. Let's go ahead and play that real quick.
The threads of chaos and despair, the Almighty has spoken. He calls his chosen, those who bear his divine might, his saviors. A blinding burst of golden light engulfs the celestial warriors. They are transformed into celestial avatars of power and grace, their armor shimmering with celestial energy. Gifted with unimaginable strength, wisdom, and courage, they descend from the heavens to earth to protect, to inspire, as they prepare to go all in.
That I'm all in. You can tell by my faith that I'm all in. Front line with the truth, I'ma fall in. Even if it's a dead end, going all in. You can tell by the things I'm involved in. I can lose it all for my calling. If I die for the truth, it's a win-win. And going to the end, going all in. Going all in. Going in, going all in. Going all in. I'm going in, going all in. You can tell by the things I'm involved in. I can lose it all for my calling. If I die for the truth, it's a win-win. And going to the end, going all in. Going all in.
Reality set in, no longer a babe in this truth, I'm his minister. This work that I put in, these hours I spend ain't enough, I'm his prisoner. Raised from the blood of the men that they sin, but found grace in the one that can pull us out. A true prophet never backs down. I lose it all and come back down. Ran with the best, I won't settle for minuscule. Lord showed us more than this physical. Lease unto life, so we fight what I might. And this mission is clear, more than literal. Seen a lot of men break from what I've been through. He ain't ready to die, he ain't in his truth. All gas, no brakes, what the red do? I ain't missing no blitz like you weak Jews. Never needed you. Come from a cloth that was knit in this war. Lord, keep your hand on my sword. Shield me from evil while I deal with Edom. Lay hands on my enemies for their reward. Lift up your promise through you, we not stopping. Your watchmen were blind, but we not anymore. Lacy your grace, we contend for this faith. We acknowledge our faith, we was born for this war.
with the truth, I'ma fall in. Even if it's a dead end, going all in. You can tell by the things I'm involved in. I can lose it all for my calling. If I die for the truth, it's a win-win. Endure to the end, going all in. Going all in. Going in, going all in. Going all in. I'm going in, going all in. You can tell by the things I'm involved in. I can lose it all for my calling. If I die for the truth, it's a win-win. Endure to the end, going all in. Going all in.
All in, poker face, no bluff. Finna lock down the streets, no cut. Divorce from the lies, get your doctrine broke up. Give my elders they flowers, look how we rose up. So tough, blood cold as a warrior named David. I don't play games, but my God play favorites. We dangerous against language, plus we angles, we targets, walking around aimless. There's war at your front door, bombs about to dump on. You scared to die then, what did you come for? The world in the uproar, what would I run for? Life on the line, homie, what would I front for? It's finna be a mosh, but the enemy of God getting stomped in. The energy is masculinity and it's toxic. Weak nigga, y'all can't stop it, cause it's God that's trying to box with. Going all in, taking heat, giving diligence to my calling. In these streets, giving sight to the blind, willing to die about mine. What's a God to a coffin? Cause precious in his sight on this path, yeah, endurance is a plight, so I stand for this fight. Yeah, let me go and say it twice, willing to die about mine, so I'm following Christ. So we rolling through the four corners, looking for the Lord's chosen, bringing back the understanding to all of the ones broken. Yeah, Edom gon' pay for all of the ones stolen, missiles loaded. Yeah, weeping in the gnashing of the teeth. Bombs dropping, all the heathens flee. From bombs were bloody garments, what you'll see when it's black boots and smashing Edom's teeth. Yeah, we applying pressure. Yeah, give a damn about the world or the diamonds and pearls up in heaven is where I be laying treasure. Yeah, we on the front line. Yeah, we on the front line. Strapped up when it's wartime. So if you scared, wear a skirt, ground shake when them boots hit the dirt. You going all in.
That I'm all in. You can tell by my faith that I'm all in. Front line with the truth, I'ma fall in. Even if it's a dead end, going all in. You can tell by the things I'm involved in. I can lose it all for my calling. If I die for the truth, it's a win-win. Endure to the end, going all in. Going all in. Going in, going all in. Going all in.
Spirit got to have something like that, you know what I'm saying? That revitalizes it, recharges it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, one thing about this truth and the thing that I've come to learn and love over the last 10 years is that leadership always has a way to incite the spirit to continue to push. Right. You know what I'm saying? We talked about battle fatigue. Bishop went over that. We was at Tabernacles. A lot of scriptures came out, and there was a lot of counsel given and things that was we were privy to help grow and help boost the spirit that we was able to bring back to the congregation. So, you know what I mean? I know this was aired at Tabernacles. All praise to the Most High again. Shout out to Oklahoma, Deacon Abiel, and the captains and officers and soldiers there, all the men, women, and children that put a brick in to make it a success. We had a great time, but them damn sticker niggas, bro. Oh, man. Listen, I knew he made a post on Facebook prior to us getting there. Right. So I knew to be aware of the sticker nigga.
We ain't know we was getting into.
I didn't know what we was getting into, bro. I went to set that tent up. I went to set the tent up and kneel down on my knees. Boy, them niggas was all over my kneecaps, bro. I was like, ah! Bro, I had like 15 sticker niggas.
But you better not start murmuring or complaining.
Well, you murmur or complain. I still got remnants of one on my finger right now. Bro. You know what I'm saying? Deep down in there, it took me a week, and I still got a little piece still left in there, man. Them things was crucial, bro.
Yeah. They all in your pants, bro. You try to sit down and you get pricked in your behind. And you try to pull it off and your fingers get jacked up.
Yep. Exactly.
It was torture.
Hey, I got back
in a beautiful way.
When I got back to work, you know what I mean? I'm in the I work at a gym. I get in the locker room and you know how you brush your clothes off, you know what I'm saying? So I'm brushing my clothes off, you know what I'm saying? And rub my hand down the leg.
Hit
that
there
hit
thing.
I hit one. That sucker woke me up. So I'm like, God, what the hell? I look. this sucker done made it in the washing machine.
Right, in the washing
Through the
machine, bro.
Through the dryer.
Right.
And it's still stuck in that one spot.
Clean sticker, nigga.
Bro, that bro got me so good. I'm like, man.
Fabric softener on it and all.
Right. So, all praise to the Most High. Hell of a video. There's a lot of information in it for you to take and use to continue to build yourself up and be the warrior the Most High has called you to be in this truth. All right. Before we shut down, we got two more. I think let's go ahead and play let's play that one clip of the brother at South Carolina State University. I got a 72-hour curse put on me.
So now you got about 46 more hours.
I got 46 more hours. I'm cursed. This brother right here, the bald head pastor who got mad because he was found in sin with zero understanding. Stay tuned for the actual camp video that's going to come out on it. And after he got cut walking away, he put a curse on me. Play that real quick.
All right, so hey,
you will feel that.
Repent, my brother.
Psalm says, double fold upon you that speak a curse upon somebody. You live under a curse.
I
live under the blood.
Because you as the head are breaking God's commandments. Your whole family is breaking God's commandments.
You can't speak a curse upon me. Let it be double fold upon you in 72 hours.
Judgment is going to
Watch that laugh at the end. Laugh.
And then your followers see it. May it be public.
You'll be judged according to the Bible. I know it hurts, brother. It hurts when you can't give an understanding.
I got the
Holy Ghost. It hurts when you breaking God's
I got the Holy Ghost.
You're bald-headed. You got on no fringes. You are breaking God's Sabbath day. You're breaking every commandment.
All right, so that was it on that. But, y'all send the prayers up for me real quick. You know what I'm saying? Face the east, because the brother said I'm cursed for 72 damn hours.
Hey, get that numbers 23.
There we go. Bring it out.
About the pastor and the sorcery that he's involved in. Because they may think that Jesus that he's talking about is the Christ of this Bible, but it's not. Read that thing, man.
Numbers chapter 23, verse 23.
My brother, don't worry about it.
Thank you, bro.
Read.
I appreciate
Surely,
it, bro.
there is no enchantment against Jacob.
There's no enchantment you can put on any of, especially the prophets here.
How you going? That's a dangerous place to be in, man. How you gonna try to curse a prophet? That's out here trying to wake the people up, and you out here pushing the sin, and you try to curse the one doing what God said.
While your wife wearing pants, you got a bald head. His son was playing football, a game on the Sabbath day, buying tickets, buying all type of foolishness that you're involved in. Right. And you're going to curse a prophet telling you to fix yourself. Read, man.
Neither is there any divination against Israel.
Ain't nothing you can do against the prophets of the Most High God. You can't put no damn curse on these brothers here. Read.
According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel.
Read.
What have God wrought?
Right. The Most High is in control of what goes down when it comes to his prophets, man. So
all praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. Thank the Lord that we got understanding of this Bible.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So with that, Israel, you know what I mean? This has been episode 1 of the Final Trumpet TFT radio show. Y'all clap it up. If we got some sound applause, let's get a sound bite with some applause there. Don't worry. We're going to edit it in there. We're going to edit the real ones in there. All praise to the Most High. Before we leave, we got our missing persons report. If you have seen these individuals, if you know of these individuals, please contact the authorities and let them know. And let's roll this clip real quick if you have the clip or the photos to push up. All right, all praise to the Most High. That will conclude the show, brothers. And with that, we say shalom. Most High Christ bless. Hold on. With that being said, I'm Officer Kolayah to my far right.
Officer Aton.
My far left.
Officer Iuic.
My far right.
Officer Iuic.
My far left.
Officer Marshall.
And this is the Final Trumpet Radio Show. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for the next episode. Shalom. Most High Christ bless.
Shalom.
Most High Christ bless.
Yeah. Ay. Ay. Yeah. Ay. Reliving the book of the acts. I carry my cross on my back. My homies still stuck in the trap. Going hard, ain't no time to relax. Keeping my mind on the throne. Applying the stuff I've been shown. Been patient through all of my woes. Been patient through all of my woes. And I'm out here painting this picture. It came from the scriptures. I'm changing my mind now. And I've been examples. I've seen some examples. So I think it's just about time now to break the old habits and clean all the addicts. And yes, we are changing our life now. And when life gives us lemons, we turn it to vengeance. We're strong in the Lord and His might now.
All the tribulations, I just cannot stay the same. All the wisdom I've been given has been helping with the pain. And the people that I love, they think that I've gone insane. When it gets gritty and looking real iffy, they pull up and show out they face, yeah. It's the blood in my veins, yeah. I cannot stand to complain, yeah. Put it easy, there's a change, yeah. Put it easy, there's a shame, yeah. I'm the only one to blame, yeah. So I've been switching my lanes, yeah. Before that's all in my chain, yeah. Cause willing don't never, man.
Straight Judah religion, it's only a few to stay true and some tripping. Danger if you got no clue when you slipping. It's time to renew and stop foolishly sinning. Cause we the ones set apart from the beginning. Oh, that is filled with the thing that's forbidden. Walking in life and I move with no vision. I'm moving like felt to my mind, steady swimming. Oh.